A DWI arrest could turn into a costly legal settlement for the city of Liberty.
A young woman says a male officer forced her to strip twice inside the jail while he was standing just a few feet away. Investigator Ryan Kath has been digging through court documents and surveillance video to find out what really happened. Ryan?
And Mark, the Liberty cop is off the job. His license permanently revoked in Missouri. But this lawsuit accuses the city of dropping the ball on his training and supervision. And we uncovered documents alleging the officer had done the same thing to other women in the past.
You're looking at surveillance video from the Liberty Jail, and as you're about to see, this story isn't about this 22-year-old's arrest. It's about what happened once she was in police custody.
I didn't know what to do. I just kind of stood there for a second in disbelief. I didn't fight him on it because I didn't want anything worse to happen.
Early in the morning of June 28, 2008, Liberty police officer Matthew Payne pulled over Shauna Sloan along Highway 291. Payne's police report said he smelled a strong alcohol odor and he asked Sloan to step out of the car. After staggering and slurring during field sobriety tests, Payne handcuffed her. Inside the booking area, Officer Payne tells Sloan to follow him around the corner. Listen to what happens next. From there, the audio is difficult to understand, but Sloan sounds upset. After stripping down to her underwear, she says the officer also demanded her bra.
And I just did it just because I was trying to get it done and quick and painlessly as I could because it was already embarrassing, so I just wanted it to be over.
Sloan then walks back around the corner wearing orange jail-issued clothing. We've confirmed there is another camera that points down the hallway leading to the cells. However, when we filed a sunshine request specifically asking for it, the city told us all video of the incident had already been provided. Next, we see Sloan follow Payne to an office where she takes a breathalyzer, registering a blood alcohol level more than 2 times the legal limit, according to police documents. After she was fingerprinted and posted bond, Sloan goes back around the corner with Payne, where she says he told her to strip again.
He wouldn't let me have my street clothes until I took off all the jail clothes and handed them to him. So I was completely naked in front of him.
The next day, Sloan called her dad and told him what happened.
It's pretty horrifying as a father to listen to his daughter have to go through such an event with people that you're raised to trust.
This lawsuit followed, accusing the city administrator and police chief of negligent supervision and training. Court documents show the city fired Payne after an internal investigation. The state then permanently revoked Payne's peace officer license for, quote, requiring female prisoners to disrobe without lawful reason, revealing that he disclosed 3 other similar incidents with other female prisoners. Payne's response? One sentence. I, Matthew Payne, admit to the findings of the complaint. We showed this lawsuit and the surveillance video to traffic attorney Chris Kopecki.
This is the first case that's this egregious that I have seen that has happened inside a police station.
He said the case could hinge on whether the city knew about any prior incidents.
This is the kind of case that you probably want to keep quiet and settle very quietly. If the plaintiff's attorney gets this case in front of a jury, then I think the city has to be very wary of what the outcome could be.
Liberty police policy is strict on strip searches. For a traffic offense, the officer must believe the person is concealing a weapon, and even then, the police chief must sign off on the search. And an officer of the same sex must do it. The video shows a female officer was at the jail. So were other officers. One even looks around the corner when Sloan and Payne are down the hallway. Mike Sloan has a tough time believing someone within the department didn't speak up.
It should have never happened to my daughter. It shouldn't happen to any father's daughter.
As for Shauna Sloan, the ordeal at the jail is something she thinks about every day.
I have no trust in the system anymore and no faith that if I get pulled over, then it's not going to end up in another bad experience.
An experience that will be under the microscope during a jury trial scheduled for next February.
And we did attempt to contact Payne and were told by his attorney there would be no comment until after that trial. As for Sloan, the city ended up dismissing her DWI charge. She did, however, have her license suspended for a year by the state, and Mark and Cynthia was required to take those educational courses as well, but yet another interesting detail about the case.
She's definitely traumatized.
Oh, you could tell in her voice. But what about these other women? Because apparently that complaint said 3 other times this has happened.
And that's the big other question that we're trying to get to the bottom of here. Payne wasn't a police officer in Liberty very long. He was hired when he was just 24 years old in 2006, so he was an officer just about 2 years. We're trying to figure out if he was an officer anywhere else where other complaints might have taken place. We did file a sunshine request with Liberty for all citizen complaints against him. The only one that came back was the one related to this lawsuit. So still trying to answer that question about who those other women might have been, if there were any at all.
All right, very interesting, Ryan. Thank you.
Thanks.